Thattakal Fort offers one of the toughest climbs near Krishnagiri. The trail is not clearly marked and trekkers often lose their way in the forest. Let me share our experience of climbing this fascinating hill fort. We started early from Bengaluru and reached the trek base in about 2.5 hours. I have shared the exact location in the description below. We parked our car on the roadside and began our trek. Right from the base, we spotted Thattakal Fort rising high above us. Two structures stood clearly visible on the summit. The fort looked massive. Before reaching it, we first had to cross another hill. We walked through a beautiful mango plantation and followed the boundary of the fields. The peaceful surroundings made the start very pleasant. Soon, we reached the starting point of the trek. From here, we saw the huge Periyamalai hill, which we had climbed the previous year. We also noticed a small stone statue of Anjaneya in the mango field. Local villagers worship this statue. Here is the most important junction of the trek. At the start of the forest, 3 routes branched out here. Trekkers say that the trail on the right side is very challenging. We did not know much about the left side trail. Since most people take the middle route, we choose the same. Summer had already set in and the forest looked dry. We followed a rocky but clear trail and gradually gained altitude. Thorny bushes and small trees surrounded us. We strongly recommend wearing full sleeve clothes and trekking pants on this trail. A hat also helps protect you from the harsh sun and also the thorns. After about 10 minutes of climbing, the views opened up on our left. It was a nice feeling to see the massive Periyamalai. Soon, we passed a cave-like rock formation next to the trail. It can be used as a good landmark. The thorny vegetation also becomes denser in this section. We then crossed a dead tree where the trail briefly descended before climbing again. We even spotted a plastic cover left behind by another trekking group. Although it felt disappointing to see litter, it reassured us that we were still on the correct path. Until this point, the trek felt quite straightforward. Through the forest canopy, we even caught glimpses of the fort walls. We started believing that the climb might be easier than expected, but that confidence did not last long. At one point, we missed a right turn because the trail looked faint or was non-existent. Instead, we continued straight on a more prominent path.
ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲದೂ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದೆ. ಫುಲ್ಲು ಇಡೀ ಕಾಡೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕದು ದೊಡ್ಡದು. ಸುಬ್ಬಯ್ಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಅಂತಿದೆ.
As we moved forward, the terrain became tougher. Dense thorny bushes slowed us down. Soon, we realized that we had completely lost our way. A massive rocky face blocked our route ahead.
ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ.
We turned back and explored another possible trail. It was promising, but that path also ended abruptly. We spent nearly 30 minutes searching for the correct route. Finally, we spotted a faint trail climbing steadily uphill. It looked promising, so we followed it with renewed hope. We reached an open rocky patch that offered a clear and stunning view of the fort. At that moment, we knew that we had found the right path again. We were back in the business. We took a short break there to relax and enjoy the scenery.
ಇದೇ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ ಬಂಡೆ, ಇದೇ ಬಂಡೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು.
From here, the trail passed through a huge rock formation. This section felt especially beautiful and adventurous.
ಫೋರ್ಟ್ ವಾಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
After some more climbing, we finally reached the outer fort walls. Seeing the fortifications up close filled us with excitement. A little further ahead, we entered another open area. From here, we clearly saw the steep slopes and towering fort walls. Now we had to find the final route to the summit.
ಫೋರ್ಟ್ ಮೇನ್ ಗೇಟು ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರು ದೇರ್.
And then we reached the first gate of Thattakal Fort. The feeling was incredible. The climb took us around 2 hours. Without getting lost, we could have saved nearly 30 minutes. The final climb near the gate felt slightly tricky. While there are handholds and footholds carved into the rock, reaching them required careful scrambling. Good grip shoes helped us a lot. Climbing barefoot actually provided better traction. We explored the fort and felt surprised to see many structures still standing intact. Many hill forts in Krishnagiri were originally established or strengthened by local chieftains known as Palagars between the 15th and 17th centuries during the reign of the Vijayanagara Empire. They ruled small territories and depended heavily on such hill forts for protection. Thattakal Fort may have served as a watch fort or refuge fort during conflicts. Today, Thattakal Fort remains largely abandoned and unexplored. It's very inspiring to see the fort still standing strong. I doubt whether institutions like Archaeological Survey of India even knows about this fort. Standing near the edge made us realize how steep the terrain really was. We felt dizzy just looking down. It amazed us to imagine how people constructed these massive walls several centuries ago. Near another entrance section, we noticed a carving of Anjaneya on the rock. If we had taken the rightmost trail at the beginning, we might have reached this gate first. The return journey was quite straightforward. We did not lose our way and we hiked non-stop to the base. It just took us about 45 minutes to reach the base. Overall, this trek challenged us, confused us, and gave us unforgettable memories. Getting lost made the adventure even more exciting. If you plan to trek to Thattakal Fort, do not attempt it alone. The chances of getting lost is quite high. Carry at least 2 liters of water because the region usually feels hot and dry. Prepare yourself for scratches from thorny bushes. Despite all the difficulties, this trek rewards you with a truly memorable experience. Thanks a lot for watching this video. See you later.